Car repossession is up 23%. That's right, 23%. Guys, I've been telling you this from the very beginning. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. I have been saying from the very beginning, if you bought one of these expensive cars, especially during the pandemic, and you jumped outside of your budget, you went ahead and bought that BMW, that Hellcat, and you said,
you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and just FOMO it out. I'm just gonna live my life. YOLO, you only live once, right?
And then now your car is getting repoed, and now it's you can only afford it once. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. And also, you make sure you check in the description and the pinned comment. I have a newsletter. Yes, a newsletter, guys. That will give you tremendous value, and it's free. You cannot beat that. And of course, if you have any commercial financing, any investment properties, single family duplexes, anything like that, office buildings nationwide, I've been a lender for almost 20 years. I can assist you with the financing. So make sure you check in the description for that, guys. It says here, car repossession surged 23% as Americans fall behind on payments. High interest rates and tight budgets are making monthly bills unaffordable for a growing number of vehicle owners. The question is this surprising? No, it's not, guys. It's not surprising. You know why it's not surprising? Because we've been talking about this from the very beginning. I've been telling individuals, I've been seeing individuals out here living beyond their means, buying BMWs, Hellcats, going to Cancun. Where is all this money coming from? Now we're in this predicament where you have this asset, this depreciating asset that you spent ridiculous amounts of money on, 100,000, 60, 80,000. These are the numbers that people are purchasing these cars for. What? And you know, guys, I've done videos on this where I explain to you people bragging about how much their monthly payments are. People love paying $1,500. They love paying $2,000 on a Ford Raptor.
Hey, sir, what is your car payment?
Mine is $1,325.
And what kind of vehicle is that?
It's a 22 Ford Raptor.
Sensational.
Yes, this isn't a surprise. So now that we're getting to the nitty gritty and interest rates aren't being dropped, cars are becoming more expensive, used cars are coming more expensive, all of these things, inflation, housing prices, rent, all of these things continue to go up. And what are we seeing? What are we starting to see? Now we're starting to see individuals say, you know what, maybe I don't need this BMW.
Maybe the 7 Series is too expensive. I just need a car to get to A to B.
Car repossessions rocketed higher in the first half of the year, a sign of rising consumer distress as the U.S. Federal Reserve weighs interest rate cuts. So far in 2024, repos are up 23% compared with the same period last year. Guys, 23%. It's gonna go higher. That's my opinion. It's gonna go higher and higher.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Especially with you guys listening to these guys tell you, buy a Range Rover so you can write off the whole car. Oh, I remember those. During the pandemic, everybody was pushing that, buy the Range Rover, buy the G-Wagon.
What's this called then, this latest car?
It's called the Range Rover.
Everybody was doing that ridiculous, passing that along, saying that, you know what, you could write the whole car off. And tons of people did it. So there will be a bunch of inventory that's going to be on the market that comes from repossessions. There's probably going to be some great sales, some great deals that come along with that. Repos started ticking up last year and have now surpassed pre-pandemic levels, up 14% compared to the first half of 2019. See, I should have known something was up when you go to YouTube and the repo men that have repo channels, man, they're killing it. I mean, hundreds of thousands of views, millions of followers, just showing you going to door, repoing people's cars. I mean, that's crazy. When you think about the cost of rent and shelter and insurance, all those things hit consumers and they have to choose what they will pay. And here's the thing, most people will choose shelter over cars, as they should. Unless, you know, some of these people buy these BMWs, these $100,000, $150,000, even $200,000 cars. It amazes me. They're living in an apartment. Like, it just blows my mind. Now, I get it. Maybe you owned a house but I'm talking about individuals that are asking me right now, Orlando, how do I get a house today? And I'm like, Get rid of that $100,000 BMW that you have, or that Hellcat, or that Raptor that you're paying $2,000 a month on. That's how you get your house. Fact. All the monthly payments that you're paying on that car, eventually it's just gonna get ridiculous. When the new car feeling just phases out and you're no longer excited about owning that car anymore, or you think people aren't looking at you anymore because the car is no longer new, right? It just kills me. Again, I've said this over and over again. People were buying brand new cars, paying over MSRP just for their car to sit in the garage. Where were we going? It was the pandemic. Nobody was going anywhere.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Make it make sense. Put in the comment section where this makes sense to you. Make it make sense to me. Vehicle seizures, which are typically triggered by after 3 months of missed car payments, dropped during the pandemic as lenders became more lenient and stimulus check boosted borrowers' finances. The average interest rate for a new car is currently 7.3%, and for a used car, it's 11.5%. Are these payday loans? I mean, these are credit cards, right? I mean, these numbers are getting ridiculous. This means monthly bills are now $739 for a new car and $549 for a used car on average. Now, the question is who can afford that? Everything that's going up in the housing market, rent, inflation, everything. How can anybody afford this?
I can't eat. I'm broke.
I'll wait. It's getting more expensive, more expensive, and more expensive. Now, here's the thing. A lot of you guys are waiting for interest rate drops to happen. You think the Fed is going to drop the rate and then you can go in and buy your BMW or your Hellcat. And I'm here to tell you, Orlando is here to tell you, you still can't afford it, even if rates were to drop. You're telling me you're going to buy a $100,000 car at 5% if they drop rates? Why? Remember, the whole point of this is if you're trying to purchase a home currently, you're trying to get into a rental property, or you're trying to do anything, what is the number one thing that I always say? Emergency savings account. Do you have that? Most people don't. If you do, more than likely, you're not in the situation of your car getting repoed, the 23% increase.
Man, I'm dead.
I think a lot of consumers are really waiting to see if interest rates come down a little bit. That keeps a lot of people on the sidelines. And again, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter if it goes down to 5%. It's all about your budgeting, all about what you can afford. Too many times do people go into these situations and all they care about is a monthly payment. They'll take a $300 payment on a BMW for the next 20 years. I tell you guys all the time that if a bank wants to make the numbers work, they have accounting tricks that you don't even know about, that to get your price down to that $300. But you're gonna pay for it. You always pay for it. No! So what do we say here? Purchase price matters. And this applies to everything. It applies to cars. It applies to houses. What do we say here? Purchase price means everything. And that means not only does this apply to houses, but this applies to cars. So hopefully you got value out of this content, guys. As always, you guys know it's gonna get worse before it gets better. This is the reason why you need to watch videos like this so you can read in between the lines. But we know you won't get all of your content from this one video. I need you to watch this video right here. Yes, this one right here. It will give you information on the housing market, financial news, get you into your first rental property. And I promise you the information you will get from it will be gold. See you in the next one. Thanks.